Okay, for this next mini lesson, we're going to do just a basic shape tween, nothing fancy. So open a new Action Script 3, and really it's a good habit to save as first. So I'm going to call this shape tween. Save as a flaw. And the basic idea is, just as with the motion tween, tween means in between. And so the rules of this, if you remember the rules of the motion tween, the object needed to be a symbol. In this case, you actually need it to be a graphic. So I'm going to leave it not as a symbol, but as a graphic. And you can tell if something's a graphic by the speckles. So let's see, where is... in this version, I don't happen to know. Maybe I can just right-click here and say shapeTween there. There's usually a few different places to tell it to do a given operation. But I'm going to do it up here in the timeline, shapeTween. So if you notice now, it's got a greenish, kind of blue-green color to it. All we need to do now is go out to some other point. Maybe we'll go to 50 and just say insert keyframe. And now you'll see there's an arrow, and of course right now point A looks exactly like point B, so if we play the thing it's not going to look like anything's happening. But if I alter the shape and then we hit command return, it's going to show the tween. And obviously if I take away some of the space in here, if I say remove frames, it'll shorten it and that'll make it happen faster. And that's the basic idea. But really, I guess it's probably worth noting that I could completely delete that and just do pretty much anything, and it's going to try to morph this shape A into shape B. And I can even add colors, like I could go different colors in different spots, and it will try to take what I start with and make it turn into what I end up with. I always tell my students that you don't always get what you expect from a shape tween. For example, maybe I'll undo this until we end up with that. And I think the other day I was trying to get it to do something like that right there, and it ended up rotating the whole thing. So you don't always get what you expect from a shape tween, as I said, but sometimes you get fantastic results. And there are some techniques, some tricks that you can develop to try to help yourself get what you're actually expecting from it. That's kind of cool. Looks a little bit like a door opening. Although I probably wouldn't thicken the lines for the door. Maybe thicken just this one. And let's see, right now it's kind of skipping. Like when it gets to the end, it jumps back to the beginning. What we might end up doing realistically is make this same position last a while. So I'm going to go over here and just say insert keyframe. And right now it's showing a green arrow as if we actually have a shape tween going on, but we really don't. So I would probably click remove tween just between those 2 points. But then once we get to here, let's say I want it to go back to the original position. Rather than trying to alter this shape to be exactly the way it was there, you might as well just copy this frame and then paste it right over here. Paste. Now it should go smoothly. You create basically a motion cycle that's looping flawlessly. And obviously, if we want it to stay closed for a while, we can go over here and just say insert keyframe, and then we'll right-click and remove tween, just so the computer doesn't have to try to think about a tween when there isn't one. So now it stays shut for a moment, and then it goes on. And that's the basic idea of a motion tween. And you can expand on it, of course, and use it to great effect in different scenarios. So that's that.